Every night Henry and Gordon were alone with James. Although the fat controller had given on with his bootlaces.
Remember we used to get stuck of these days?
They would tease. James would talk about engines who got shut up in tunnels and stuck on hills, but they wouldn't listen.
You talk too much, little James,
said Gordon.
A fine strong engine like me has something to talk about. I'm the only engine who can pull the express. When I'm not there, they need two engines. Think of that. I've pulled expresses for years and have never once lost my way. I seem to know the right line by instinct.
Every wise engine knows, of course, that the signalman works the points to make the engines run on the right lines, but Gordon was so proud that he had forgotten.
Wake up, James,
said Gordon next morning.
It's nearly time for the express. What are you doing? Odd jobs. Ah well. We all have to begin somewhere, don't we? Run along now and get my coaches. Don't be late.
James went to get Gordon's coaches. They were all shining with lovely new paint. He was careful not to bump them, and they followed him smoothly into the station singing happily.
We're going away, we're going away.
I wish I was going with you,
said James.
I should love to pull the express and go flying along the line.
Gordon with much noise and blowing of steam and got ready to back onto the train. The fat controller was on the train with other important people, and as soon as they heard the guards listen, Gordon started.
Look at me now, look at me now.
He puffed, and the coaches glided after him.
Goodbye, little James. See you tomorrow.
James watched the train disappear, and then went back to work. He pushed some trucks into their proper sidings, and went to fetch the coaches for another train. James had just brought the coaches to the platform, when he heard a mournful noise. Gordon was trying to sidle into the station without being noticed.
Hello, Gordon. Is it tomorrow?
Asked James. Gordon didn't answer. He just let off steam freely.
Did you lose your way, Gordon?
Asked James.
No, it was lost for me. I was switched off the main line onto the loop. I had to go around and back again.
Perhaps it was instinct,
said James. Meanwhile, all the passengers hurried to the ticket window.
Look here, we want our money back.
They shouted. But the fat controller climbed on a trolley and blew the guard's whistle so loudly that they all stopped to look at him. Then he promised them a new train at once.
Gordon can't do it,
he said.
Will you pull it for us, James?
Yes, sir, I'll try.
So James was capable and everyone got in again.
Do your best, James,
said the fat controller.
Come along, come along.
Puffed James.
You're pulling as well, you're pulling as well.
Sang the coaches. Bridges and stations flashed by. The passengers cheered, and they soon reached the station. Everyone said thank you to James. The fat controller was very impressed.
well done,
He said.
Would you like to pull the express sometimes?
Yes, please.
Answered James. Next day, when James came by, Gordon was pushing trucks.
I like some quiet work for a change.
He said,
I'm teaching these trucks manners. You did well with those coaches, I hear. Good. We'll show 'em.
and he gave his trucks a bump crying. James and Gordon are now good friends. James sometimes takes the express to give Gordon a rest. Gordon never talks about bootlaces, and they are both quite agreed on the subject of trucks.